海外に行ってチップに困ったことはありませんか？
Hey everybody! Welcome back to another Gengo Lingo mini lesson. We've got an important lesson for you today, especially if you like traveling overseas and especially if you're going to North America because there is tipping.
Tipping, yes.
Everybody loves tipping, right now?
Well, it is very important. It's an important part of traveling.
Right.
So, ね、海外に行くときに、特にアメリカやカナダだと、ティップがすごく大事ですよね。で、I think today we're going to focus on tipping in restaurants. Yeah.
There's a lot of situations, so we're going to do a couple of videos, and maybe the big one is tipping at restaurants.
Yes.
So,
ティップするときに、いろんな場面でティップするんですけれども、レストランとかホテルとかタクシー、so many.
Yeah.
でも今日のビデオはレストランに集中したいと思います。
Okay.
All
So,
right.
what does the internet say for tipping? How much should I tip when I go to a restaurant?
Yeah, so according to the internet, it is about 18 to 25% of your total bill. Yeah.
And when you say total, what do you mean? Total bill. Does that include the tax?
I would say it doesn't include tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually, the advice I read is the before tax price.
Yeah.
Yes.
そう、レストランに行って会計をしてでいくらですよっていう、ビルが来ますよね。そこの中で税金前の値段の18から 25% をティップするっていうのが、通常になっています。But when I was living in the States, 18 to 25, when I read that, it seems quite high to me.
Yeah.
I would say like 15%, but it's not even 15 is not even in that range anymore.
Well, we live in Japan, and Japan has been in a period of stagnation or deflation. Prices haven't been rising, but in the United States and Canada, prices continually rise. So tips will continually rise too.
Yes.
This video is from 2024.
By
So
the way.
if you're watching this video in the future, check the internet.
Yeah, that's right. And also, like in Japan, there is no tipping culture.
That's right.
Yes. So it took me a while to get used to it. 日本に初めて来た時には、なんかティップしないのがすごく不自然だったんですけれども、今はもう慣れちゃって、逆にハワイに戻ると、そうなんだ、ティップしないと。like, oh, right, I have to tip.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. When you were living in Canada,
Yeah.
would you say that, like, was it 15, 20%
Yep.
was
Yep.
normal?
15 to 20%. Yes. If you got some really good service or something special, I would tip on the higher end. If it was normal, which it usually was, I would tip around 15%. Yeah. And so people might be wondering, that picture in the beginning, Jeff, you were doing this. Is this how you tip, Maui?
No, please don't tip like that. Yeah.
How do we tip at a restaurant?
Well, it depends. So you can put it directly on your bill if you pay by credit card, right? クレジットカード払いしたらもうそのまんま足してで合計の金額を支払うこともできますし、sometimes it's just included for you or calculated for you because they have those tablets these days.
Okay, so
Right.
so maybe try to explain that in more detail.
Oh, so basically they bring you like what is it called?
Yeah,
What is it called?
It's a wireless payment machine.
Sure. Yeah, you're supposed to put your credit card in and then you can kind of tap it gives you choices, right? Like either maybe 18% or 20, 25, and you can tap that and add it to your bill. Or, of course, you can choose to tip in cash. If you do, where would you recommend that people leave their money.
Right. So, on the table. Yeah. So, I think you made a really good point. So, let's kind of break down. Let's go back a little bit. Okay. So, the most basic thing you can do is you can leave the entire tip on the table. So, when the waiter or waitress comes with your bill, it'll be like a little tray.
Yes.
They put that on the table. You can put the tip on the tray, and you can leave.
Yeah.
You can go.
Or it's like in one of those foldable little
that,
binder
right.
things.
You've probably seen that.
Yeah, and you slip the tip into their cash. You slip your cash into there.
Right. That's right.
Yes.
Okay. So then you can also tip on the little machine. But then there's maybe this is like a pro tip.
Okay.
Right.
Tip for tips.
There you go. Tips. The purpose of the tip is for money to go to the server directly.
Yes, the person who waited your table, the wait staff. So, ティップは基本的にはお世話になった人、お世話になったスタッフの人に直接渡すお金です。そうだからレストラン全体とかではなくても個人的にその人にあげるものと考えていただければ大丈夫です。
So, if you tip on the machine, maybe some of that money will go to other things, restaurant or the government.
Right.
So, the best thing you can do for the staff is to pay a tip in cash.
Yeah. It's I like it. I prefer to do that, to pay my tips in cash.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Right? There you go. There you go. Have a good one.
Don't do that. Don't do that at the restaurant.
No.
Yeah.
That's a joke.
Yeah, it's a joke. I remember before they had the trays. I mean, this is 1,000 yen, right? So it's a $10 bill. So depending on how much your meal was, it might be that you leave a $10 bill. I would usually fold it and then put it under my glass or something.
Right. Yeah.
But I feel like that's not so common these days.
I would still do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So that might be a little strange. People will be like, there's money on tables. That's normal. That's
Don't
normal.
take it.
Don't take it.
Don't let
get
your kids take it.
Yeah. Yeah. The staff will collect it after you leave.
Yes.
It's usually the way it goes.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes though, tip, I mentioned earlier, ちょっとさっきも言ったんですけれども, tip is included.
Yes.
But
right.
it doesn't, did they use the word tip?
No,
No,
there's another
it's a tricky
sneaky
one.
word.
Yeah. What is it?
Gratuity.
Gratuity.
Yes. So, yes. Thank you money. I think it kind of translates to.
Right.
So on your bill or receipt, it might say gratuity included.
Yes.
15-20% gratuity included.
Right.
So if you see that on the bill, are you going to add a tip?
No, that means that the tip has already been calculated for you. もう計算 もう計算して、yes. もうね、合計にも含まれているので、その時には gratuity included とか、gratuity added って書いてあったら、ティップする必要はないです。Yes.
Personally, I didn't see this much in Canada, but when I started traveling, maybe to places like Hawaii, where there are tourists maybe who don't usually tip.
Yeah, like Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese people don't have tipping culture. So the restaurant would take a gratuity.
We'll save you the trouble.
Right. Because the staff is expecting that money.
Yeah.
And if they don't get it, they could be in financial trouble.
Yeah, maybe that's a whole nother video, but
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And then also something to look out for is we shouldn't mistake gratuity for service charge
Yes, right.
or service fee. So can you enlighten us? What is a service fee or service charge?
Yes. So some restaurants do this. Sometimes it's because your group is big and they have to give you more of their energy or more staff or more time. So they charge a fee that might be 10 or 20%. And this is not including tip.
Yes.
So we would tip on top of that.
Yeah. Or I would say maybe like tipping, is it optional if there's a service charge?
Yes. So optional, maybe you could calculate service fee and then use the tip to bring it up to that 18 to 25%.
そうですね。たまにそのグラチュイティはティップなんですけれども、ティップと別にサービスチャージとかサービスフィー、サービスの費用ですねが10から 20% ぐらい入ってるんですけれども、それもリシートをちゃんと見れば書いてあるんですが、もしそれが書いてあったらその上にティップ足すのは決めても大丈夫です。Yes.
Now, can I add another pro tip?
Okay.
It's the concept of keep the change. So, if your bill, let's say you have, you get your meal and your drink and it comes to $20. Does everybody know what buck means? Buck
$20.
Dollar.
Yeah.
Okay. So maybe 15%, 20% on $20. It's like $4. Okay. So maybe I would put down $20 plus $4 and I would bounce. I would take off.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my 20% tip to the staff.
I would bounce.
I'd bounce. You guys know what that means?
飛んでちゃう。ぴょんぴょんぴょん。
I would leave the restaurant.
Yeah.
But sometimes my meal, $20, but I have a $50 bill. So I would put the $50 bill down. The staff would take it. They would come back with some change. They usually give you small bills so you can make a cash tip from that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this was just restaurants.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
There's much, much more.
Oh
No, that's 3 types of tip in one lesson.
I'll try to write all the meanings in the captions. But yes, we will do hotels and we didn't even talk about bars. We'll do bars in a different video as well, and then taxis and things as well. Okay.
Thanks, guys.
So see you next
you
time.
next time. Bye.
Bye.